in this show, you focus on a body of work that is narrative, surreal, portraiture. Can you walk us through how you got to this specific point?
So everything started with this guy right here. So I'll tell you a little story. We went to Lee Valley one day, and he bought these goggles. And does he not put them on in the car as we're going down the highway? And he just thinks they're great. I said, would you please take those off? They're so silly. So he took them off, but the next day, he took a picture at work of himself wearing the goggles. So that is what inspired this painting. Like, the background was all white, everything was different, the shirt was beige, but I always, they evolve, my work evolves. I never thought I could paint portrait, but people always, it's something about them looking at me that was always so weird. But I've gotten over that, and I understand now the faces are just a bunch of shapes, so it's all come together pretty good. So I want to do a whole bunch more, because there are a lot of people that I know, because these are all people I know.
As you mentioned, the subjects of your works are people that you know and are close to. How does this influence the overall composition and the elements we see that are within?
Okay, so a lot of people filled out a very long questionnaire for me when I first started doing these. I wanted to know more about them, their backgrounds and whatnot. So the magical healer in the back there, that's Kirsten. The position I put her in is because she loves magic, and she is a healer, she is a nurse. So I wanted the pictures to reflect what people actually love to do. So they're all narrative, and I give you a start to a story. It's up to you how you finish it.
Any self-portraits in the making?
I would really like to do one, because my whole idea, so you've got this little guy, his name is Rocket, and he is like an omnipresence in this whole world, and he is actually me, because I'm the omnipresence. So I really wanted to do a self-portrait with me just holding a mask of him, so that everybody understands where it comes from.
And pour painting, that's something are you teaching our winter program?
I am.
Awesome.
I'm booked in for the winter program too.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's 8 weeks of pouring, it's fun.
When did you start introducing pour painting in your works? And what avenues has this opened in terms of materiality, effects, or even contributions to the storyline?
So the pour is that background you see behind everyone. Awesome. So they're all acrylic pours. I started doing that in 2017. Oh, it's been a while. I was looking for something else to put in my backgrounds, because when I painted buildings and animals and cars that were smaller, those twirly backgrounds that I was doing that were really bright, they just didn't work anymore. So I was looking for something else, and the pouring worked out perfectly. And then I thought, oh, I have leftover paint all the time. Why not just pour it on some big things? So I did, and then I did some other big ones, and that's how I ended up with all of this. So it's good. And now I'm teaching pouring, and it's so much fun.
Okay, so we're going to jump into talking to Judy about her beautiful works. So humor in art is often very challenging, but you use it in an incredibly tactful way to approach some very serious worldly issues. Did you always bring humor into your works?
I've always believed that we live who we are, as how we live is how we send out our message. So it's about being gentle and being kind, and the animals don't have to be, hitting you in the head and stuff. It can be with humor, and it can be with gentleness to send a message. And my background's graphics and marketing, so I think some of that plays into that as well.
So this is a series of works that's been developed over several years. The oldest work that's in the gallery is the beautiful cow here, which I think we said was 2017. How has this work evolved since your early pieces? So what were you doing before this large body of work, and how did it change to this?
Oh, it's interesting, because I used to paint retro toys from the 50s and the 60s, right? But they've always been narrative. There was always a message in it, and it was almost as if the toys were alive, and they were talking to you as well. And then it just kind of came upon, I painted somebody's granddaughter's pig, and I just couldn't do the pig, so I had to put a gun in its hand, and police officers bought it, a pig with a gun. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And then I thought, well, that was fun. And I've always loved cartoons and animation. And I've always thought that a carpet could talk to you, or a tree could talk to you and convey a message in such a kind and gentle way, and it's not specific to something. And so that's how this is evolving. These are animals that are conversing with you in a gentle way, and I'm going to keep doing this. It's interesting because it's difficult when it's a new animal, because I've never seen it. But I always approach everything as a shape, or a form, or a light, or a dark. And if I'm able to do that and really see it in almost like a mosaic and in just pieces of a puzzle going together, and it all fits together, then it looks like the animal at the end. I always say that art is a great illusion. right? It's a bunch of color we put on a canvas, and somebody says, oh, that's a cow, or that's a portrait in there. No, it's not. It's a bunch of colors next to each other, fitting perfectly together to make people think it's that.